We were pursuing to have our rights and just to live an ordinary life. Nothing spectacular, just like everyone else.
There were a number of us who were actually supporting the person who was in crisis, and most of our lives was running around trying to fix those things, and we couldn't get a service who was able to actually come in and help and support in ways that were going to be useful to the person. They would either come in and take over a person's life, or they would let you do it all, and we were wanting something in between.
I think it's important that families and people with disability develop a practice of imagining better. And what I mean by that is that they develop a clear vision for the future, what they want their lives to be like now and in the long term, rather than being driven by what others say are the limits of what's possible.
You say, "Hello, Chris. How are you?"
Community Resource Unit, or CREW, exists to support positive change in the lives of people with disability in this state. We've been going for 25 years, and in that time we have really tried to challenge any ideas or practices that limit the lives of people with disabilities, and we've also tried to inspire and encourage people.
We were at the depths of despair when we got some help. We were all trying to do it on our own, couldn't. But as a group, it helped. Now we're better off than we have been all our life.
It's so important to us that we govern this. You know, we've probably had experiences in the past when this hasn't been so, and it works so well. Then make sure that our sons and daughters get the best life possible.
We've experienced more traditional models, and lots of other agendas got in the way. And so without something like this, the consequences would be dire. Like, I doubt whether my daughters would have the life that they have today. Everyone's here, I think we can start. Welcome to everybody for coming today. Okay.
All my life I had the theory that the way to live your life is to be self-responsible, self-managed. It's so different and so much more important when it's my son, my intellectually disabled son, involved. He is the recruiter, the trainer, the ongoing maintainer of his workforce. They work for him. It makes all the difference the way Lifestyle Options provide the legal services, the background that every employer has to do. But conceptually, the workers are focused on the well-being of my son. To have the vulnerable person in charge, or people on his behalf in charge, makes all the difference.
Appointment of external mediator.
Each of these organisations works one person at a time to develop a good life for the people with disabilities they support. In addition to that, and what makes them unique, is that these organisations are governed and led by the people with disabilities that they support or their families.
The Lifestyle Options has been going for about 23 years, and the mission of Lifestyle Options is about a service that is self-run by people with disabilities and people with disabilities who manage their own support arrangements.
Welcome to our Southside Governance Group meeting today, and thank you very much Mark and Pauline Halupka for hosting the meeting at your home, Mark.
What we would like to do is to learn from some of these organisations that have been going for over 2 decades, doing a great job in terms of working side by side with people with disabilities and sharing authority with people with disabilities, and What we are hoping to do is to share this idea and experience gained with people who haven't even begun to think about this yet.
Lifestyle Options, Alan Morley speaking.
One thing that a small family governed service can do is to assist individuals to deal with bureaucracies and, in a sense, shield them from a lot of what goes on at a bureaucratic level. They can deal with the government over funding issues, changes in policy. They can even assist individuals with applying for funding so that they're not trying to negotiate directly with a large, inflexible bureaucracy.
Hi, Michael. Thanks for making time to talk with us.
Hi, Margaret. How are you? Good to see you.
Michael Kendrick's an international consultant based in America who has been visiting Queensland since 1987. He's been instrumental in challenging our thinking about what's possible for people with disabilities.
Well, I think the key thing with these organizations is that they offer choices and options that the larger, more bureaucratic agencies simply do not. That if you wipe out these kind of organizations which are small, grassroots, bottom-up, then you lose almost your incubators for change and leadership and vision development.
How are you feeling?
Is it poo?
If you don't have a link between the family and the support workers, how are you going to get to know that person and meet their particular needs? That's what Homes West is about. It's about family and it's about the person. So you need to get to know the people really well. That's the only way you can become part of her life. Otherwise, you're just a visitor.
What makes organisations like Lifestyle Options unique is that the natural authority lies within the individuals who use the service. And that goes beyond the governance of the organisation. It goes to the day-to-day life cycles of individuals.
Mike produces an enormous number of articles and uses the computer, turns lights on and off, manoeuvres his computer, and he does all that using his head pointer.
One of the things about these organisations are that they are small and they want to stay small because they believe that that's the best way to provide a personalised service for the people they support. But we live in an era where bigger is seen as better and more efficient. Each organisation struggles with how to be big enough to be sustainable and yet not so big that they lose their personal contact with people.
Look at that! Isn't that? What if you kept about this?
Yeah, you love glass, don't you?
One of the trademarks of these organisations is a real generosity of spirit. So rather than keep on growing, keep on adding more people who want to join them, they've made a commitment to helping resource other groups of people who would like to create the same type of organisation.
A pillow!
Services' role is to stay quiet and small in people's lives. I think it needs to understand the vulnerabilities of people with disability and really getting clear about what their needs are, but then leave the person to steer their own ship. If the achievements are celebrated, it's the person's achievements, not the services.
What we're hoping is that these experiences from these family and individually governed organisations may help people who are planning to self-direct to really think about the benefits or the possible pros and cons of linking with other people to form an organisation rather than doing that alone.